going to do a quick live here, a little concert, some talk on Donald Trump, Make America Great Again. Well, let's start off with this new song I wrote. This is called Trump Win Big. I'm talking about a landslide, baby. November 5th. Let's go! Forget about it. Madon. It's called Trump Win Big. November 5th. Landslide. That's what I'm talking about here. Apefather wants to be a rock star. I'm not a rock star, but I could at least drink. Drop a rocker. This is the Brett Michaels drinking Snapple. Forget about it. Drop a rocker. Salud, Gendani. We'll talk a little bit. We'll do a little music here. You know, I just saw the vice president, Kamala Harris interview on Fox. And she was asked a straight out question. Very, very straight up question. What's up there, Queen of Dixie? Howdy, biker girl. So I was watching the Kamala Harris interview on Fox. Very, very straightforward question was asked. How many illegal immigrants under your watch and President Joe Biden's watch entered the United States of America? I think that's a very simple, that's a straightforward question, right? It just requires a number, okay? Well, let me just discuss this really quick, Queen of Dixie, and we'll talk about the agenda. She wouldn't answer the question. She would not give, she just kept talking about this bill that wasn't passed. You know, we had a bill to increase border security and blah, blah, blah. 6 Democrats voted against it. But again, it's called taking responsibility. You know, how many illegal immigrants entered the United States under your watch of Joe Biden? Some people estimate 6 million. Some say 8 million. Some say 10 million. Now, there were people who lost their lives. Now, I'm not blaming, I just want to be clear, crystal clear. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming anybody, but those are the facts. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here. I'm just a YouTuber. I'm an entertainer. I'm not border security. I'm not, I'm not the president of the United States of America. But I will tell you this, lives were lost. I was crying on that Fox interview. You see, these beautiful mothers were saying that their children were killed. Again, listen, God bless them. God bless their family. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying it's Kamala Harris's fault. I'm not saying it's Joe Biden's fault. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. But what I am saying is that lives were lost. That's what I'm saying. And when stuff like this happens, you have to have a solution. You have to have a solid plan. You have to have a solution. And I was watching Kamala Harris. I really try. God bless you too, the real Apefather. I try to be open minded. I try to be. I was watching her on late night, with television, Stephen Colbert. I was watching her on The View, Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala. And they asked her another direct question. They said, so what would your administration look like? Like, how would it be different than Joe Biden's administration? She didn't really give an answer. I mean, listen, if you don't believe me, watch The View, watch Stephen Colbert. She's like, I'm not Joe Biden, she says to Stephen Colbert. So Stephen Colbert is like, yes, I noticed that. I noticed you're not President Joe Biden. She says, and I'm also not Donald Trump. Salud, Jindani. Man, I was in that Balboa hot tub. Forgot about it. 104 degrees. I got to get hydrated. What's up there? Back to the Future 99. How you doing? Does that sound like an answer to you? When asked how your presidency, right? This is Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States of America. When asked by Stephen Colbert, right now I shaved Gilbert. My beard is gone. I mean, you have to put the D on there, liked, like past tense. You liked my beard. I could grow it back. Don't worry about it. A couple of days. I'm a hairy gorilla. When asked by Stephen Colbert, how is your presidency, how is your administration going to be different than, Joe Biden's? All she said is, I'm not Joe Biden. That was her answer. I'm not Joe Biden. I'm not Donald Trump. I mean, but you know what it is? Back to the Future, brother. I'm trying to be open-minded, and if she really gave solid answers, like if she said something that made sense to me, I swear to you, because people think that I'm a big Donald Trump supporter, but at the same time, I'm an American. Sometimes people ask me, are you a Republican or are you a Democrat? I'm a Republican, but I'll tell you the truth. I'm an American first and foremost. And if someone says something that I feel is best for America, I'm open-minded to hear it. But she's not saying anything. She's not saying anything. You know what I mean? She's like, she wouldn't even acknowledge, listen, she wouldn't even acknowledge that illegal immigrants were entering our country under her watch at Joe Biden's. She would not answer the question. She would not acknowledge it. She would not answer the effing question. Okay. How could you, look, I'm not telling you who to vote for. All right, look, you got to vote. Listen, I'm not a politician here. I'm not giving political advice. I'm not a politician, not yet. Okay. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. But when someone does not answer questions, all right, and when someone dodges, the questions that they're asked, that's a red flag. You know what I mean? That's a red flag. She doesn't listen. Answer the effing question. It's a simple question. How many illegal immigrants entered the United States of America? Don't tell me she doesn't know. Don't you dare tell me she doesn't know. Oh, she knows. But she wouldn't answer the question. What's up there, Slumdog Millionaire? Real American. God bless. I'm sorry you're having a terrible day today. Nicker Jones. Oh, I think he's just joking around. So anyway, getting back. How do you vote for someone who dodges questions? Now, you want to know something? If she would have answered the question and she would have came up with some form of a solution, I would have respected her. I know all the Trump supporters will get mad at me. They'll say, how you Benedict Arnold, you traded. No. If she would have answered the question, if she would have said, how many illegal immigrants entered the United States of America under your watch? Now, let's just, again, this is all alleged. I'm just, for entertainment purposes only. Let's say Vice President Kamala Harris would have said 6 million. Okay, 6 million illegal immigrants under my watch or President Joe Biden's watch has entered the United States of America. We are very, very well aware. She kept saying that the border system is broken. She must have said that like 10 times. I understand, Brett, on Fox, that the border system is broken. Oh my God, I understand it's broken. Okay, what are you going to do to fix it? What are you going to do to fix it? No answer. But if she would have gave an answer and had some sort of a a viable plan, something that made sense. Listen, I acknowledge 6 million illegal immigrants entered the United States. Again, this is all just for entertainment purposes, only because she didn't even answer the question. I'm just pretending that she answered the question. But we have this plan that will end this problem. I would hear her out, but she didn't do that. She didn't do that. All she did was she said, we have a broken border system. I'm not Joe Biden, she said, and I'm not Donald Trump. Well, she ain't getting my vote. Okay. God bless. You want to vote? God bless. I'm not telling you who to vote for. Listen, like I always say, I'm just an entertainer. I am not here to give financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I am not here to give political advice. I'm not a politician, not yet, okay? But that's just the way I see it. Um, you know, I'm all for gold. Again, I'm not a financial planner, slumdog. The problem with silver is that it's so hard to store, man. There was a time where I was a mother effer like you with silver. And I was buying those 100-ounce bars, the silver bars. I was buying silver like it was going out of stock. Forget about it. Mod on. But it just got to the point, I understand that, but it just got to the point where it's like I can't store it, man. It's just too hard. You know what I mean? Me personally, I'd rather just go with gold. And if silver does have the Boaz, gold's gonna follow. Gold's already having a Boaz. Gold's doing like it's over 2,700 an ounce. And I've been talking about it when it was like at 1,500 an ounce, just so everybody knows. And I said that gold was going to 4,000 an ounce, and all the haters and all the naysayers were laughing at me. They were like, "It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen." Look, if you could store it, God bless. If you're gonna store it, that's the key. You know what I mean? That's the. I once went crazy. I had this. It got to the point that literally I was caused like damage in my house. There was one time I had so much silver, I could have put it in a safe deposit box. It was just my safe deposit box wasn't big enough. You know what I mean? So I had what I did was I exchanged it for gold, and now it's very easy to store. It's very easy to store gold. Gold and silver, both of them, have proved to be a great store of value. It's solid as a rock. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against all types of catastrophes that can happen in the world, whether it be war, whether it be inflation, all the things, gold has always proven to be, and silver, solid as a rock. So, it's a hedge against, everything. The dollar, the dollar crashes, you know, gold is always proven, and silver, precious metals have always proven to be solid as a rock. Look, slowly but surely, look, I used to be a big Bitcoin guy. I used to be big on two cryptocurrencies, and I still am. Okay, but I mean, I used to be really big. Like there was a time where you would laugh. I used to be like when I lived in Staten Island back in 2018. All my neighbors, they knew me. They used to call me Bitcoin rich because all I talked about was Bitcoin. All I talked about was Ethereum, and I should have held it, man. I made a mistake. I made money. Look, me and my father, we made money on it, but we could have made a fortune. I could have made a fortune on that shit. So I don't want to think about it. But it got to a point where I wasn't thinking so big with it. There was a lot of problems happening, at that time with cryptocurrencies. I know the SEC, and now it's over the lawsuit with Ripple. They're probably going to appeal. It's probably never going to end. But at that point, there was a lot of problems going on with cryptocurrencies, and I made money. My father made money. I was like, I'm done, and I went back into gold. That's why I should have did with AMC, by the way. I regret that. AMC, I think, was my biggest mistake. Oh, what a mistake I made with AMC. But it's not over yet. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that when Trump comes in to office, I say when, I don't say if, that I do believe that AMC will have a run. I feel that GameStop is going to have a very big run. I feel that Bitcoin is going to do great under Trump. Ethereum is going to do great under Trump. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just telling you my opinion. And I believe even gold is going to do great. What's up there? Listen, Slumdog, bottom line is this, is that I kind of changed my way of thinking a little bit. I've gotten to a point in my life now where this is the way I feel. You want to hear the way I feel? And you don't have to listen to anything I say. You should, money is very hard to make. Okay, money is a very difficult thing to get. And the way I see it is once you get it, you should make sure you never lose it. See, after my loss with AMC, I'm very, very careful with money now. I don't mess around. I am I'm like very careful, big time careful now. Because the way I see it is this. Let's say you have money, okay? It's so hard to make, why risk it? You know what I mean? So I would rather put it into like real estate, you understand? Which is going to produce passive income, a monthly cash flow. And then the money I get from the passive income that comes in every month, the cash flow, that money I don't mind gambling with. You see what I'm trying to say? I don't mind gambling with that money. So if let me give you like an example. Let's say you own a building. I'm just give you an example, okay? And let's say you have $200,000 a month coming in. Let's call it 100 units, whatever the case may be. You got, now let's just say for whatever the reason is, you know, you have no mortgage on it. I just want to keep the conversation simple, okay? Just for the purposes of keeping it simple. You just had the money, whether it was from an inheritance, you hit the F lotto, you did good on DJT, forget about it, right? Something good happened in your life. You had no mortgage, okay? You got $200,000 a month coming in from this real estate property, okay? Multi-family, awesome, brother. Tommy's the man. Tommy's touch. So you got 200,000 a month coming in, right? 2.4 million a year, passive income, cash flow. It's all right to gamble that money, and I'll tell you the reason why. If you take $200,000 and you put it into, say, a stock, or you put it into, say, something high risk, whatever it be, and if you lose it, you don't give a shit. You know why you don't give a shit? Because the following month you get that $200,000 again. Cabiche? You see what I'm trying to say? So that's the mindset people should really have. The mindset people should have is the first priority should be to assure that the money they make will constantly make money for them every single month. Right, then it's play money. Then you don't give a shit anymore. But nobody does that. Nobody does that. What everybody does is they take money they can't afford to lose. And I've done this too. Okay. I am a Mama Luke Stunad who did this too. You take money that you can't afford to lose and you put it into something that's a high risk situation and you lose it. Okay. So I've changed. Look, I have money in stocks. I got that, but it's small now. It's like, honestly, it's like 10% of my net worth. The majority of my money is in gold, okay? Cash. Now I understand what you're all gonna say, but the dollar's gonna crash. You're an idiot. Well, it hasn't happened yet. Okay. And I'm sure that when it happens, the government it'll either be Bitcoin that will take over, or it'll be some sort of a digital currency that will replace the dollar, right? So I'm sure the government's not just going to screw you and the dollar is not going to be completely worthless. You'll probably be able to convert it or something like that. But right now, cash is still king. I'm sorry. This is something I'm very unpopular with. I come from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, cash is always going to be a thing for me. You know, I always carry cash. Cash is something that is always going to be king to me. Until that day changes, cash is still king to me. So I live by this rule: cash, gold, and real estate. That's it. Stocks, cryptocurrency, I play with it, but it's small potatoes. That's just me. It's small potatoes. Now, as I grow in terms of my net worth and I become more successful, those small potatoes will turn to big potatoes, because I look at it like this: 90% cash, gold, and real estate, right? 10% risk. So what does risk mean? Risk means that anything that I feel has a risk. I'm sorry, cryptocurrency has a risk. It has a risk. Any which way you twist it, it has a risk. Okay. Stocks have a risk. Okay. So I'm willing to play with I'm willing to play with 10%. You understand? Like example, if I have $100,000, I'll make the math easy for you. I have no problem taking $10,000 and putting it into say Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. I have no problem with that, and I'll probably do it. Okay, 90% though, cash, gold, and real estate, and it's not going to change. And again, if there were certain stocks that I like, the reason I consider DJT a risk is because there's a chance Trump could lose. Now, I don't believe. Look, I don't believe Trump is losing. I believe in my heart that Donald J. Trump will be the 47th president of the United States of America. Can I say this with certainty? Can I guarantee you? Can I say this with certainty that he will 100% be the president? I can't. So there's risk. You see what I'm trying to say? There's risk. If he loses, DJT will be worth zero. In my opinion. In my opinion, if Trump loses the election, DJT is going to go to zero. So that's a Russian roulette play. That's risky. That's risky business. For those reasons and those reasons alone, I'm not going to put the entire kitchen sink in DJT. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Now, back when I was a psycho, back when I was crazy, I would probably do it. I'm growing up now. Apefather is maturing. Apefather is getting smarter with the money. And I'm not going to change. I'm not going to divert from this system. I don't care how successful I get in my life. Like, I could become like Elon Musk. I could be like worth like $200 billion. And I'm still going to have this same formula, which is 90% cash, gold, and real estate, and 10% risk. And I really think if you follow that, what's up there, Real Aqua? I think that you sleep well at night. I really do. Because you know what it is? The thing I like about gold is this. Gold doesn't produce passive income the way real estate does. But there's always something that can happen even with real estate, God forbid. It's unlikely. It's unlikely. But like if there was, like that time, I'll give you an example. That time with the coronavirus. We all remember that. People who owned multifamily real estate were no longer getting their rent. Because under the coronavirus, all the states were passing laws. It was a crisis. It was a world crisis, okay? And under these emergency circumstances, people didn't have to pay their rent. So it's times like that where you want to have gold. You want to have gold. You follow me? So that's why I just like having gold, because shit happens. You understand? We never know what's going to happen. Friggin' aliens like the movie Waterworlds could come here. Some crazy shit. It could be World War III, God forbid. We don't want that. But God forbid of any type of a catastrophe, a world catastrophe, a national catastrophe, I like having gold. And that's the way major banks think too. Major banks, major players, they have gold to back up their investments. They got their investments. When their investments fail or some major shit happens, they got the gold. You know what I mean? So that's the way I'm starting to think now. Gold and real estate. Real estate is the income, the passive income, the monthly income. Gold is just, God forbid, it's a store of value. It's a hedge against everything. And that's the way I see it. Okay? Yeah, I was just talking about that, Real Aqua. I was just talking about it, like in the beginning of the live stream. I just think that she doesn't answer questions. She doesn't. Kamala Harris, in my opinion, doesn't answer. Brett asked her a straight out question. How many illegal immigrants have entered the United States of America under your watch and under Joe Biden's watch? She wouldn't answer the question. It's a simple thing, like either 6 million, 7. She wouldn't answer the question. She kept going into, well, we had this bill. Oh my God, that was going to increase border security. Friggin', she hasn't even been to the border in 3.5 years. She went one time, wants a medal. She wants a medal. She went there one time. Listen, she wouldn't answer the question, okay? And that's a person, in my opinion, who doesn't take responsibility. That's it. How could you possibly want someone like that to be the president, who makes, in my opinion, a major mistake, okay, which she doesn't take responsibility for, and then you're going to try to dodge the question, you're going to try to dodge it? No, that's a red flag, man. That's it. You can't, in my opinion, that's all she wrote. You're out. You are out. Listen to me, Slumdog Millionaire. Silver is great. Okay, let me be crystal clear to you. Again, I'm not giving financial advice. Or I'm not giving financial advice. Silver and gold both are awesome. The only thing about silver I don't like, it's nothing to do in terms of it being a solid investment. In my opinion, silver is as solid as you get, baby. Okay, I'm not giving financial advice, but it's solid. Okay, the thing is, it's so hard to store. It all depends on how much. If you're only gonna buy a couple of $1,000s worth of silver, it's no big deal. But if you're going to start putting in six figures or seven figures, I don't know what your financial, your name is Slumdog Millionaire. So you might have millions that you want to put into silver, right? It's going to be a mother effer to store that shit. Unless you got like some friggin' Rockefeller vault. If you got like Rockefeller vault style, then you could do it. But other than that, it's extremely, extremely hard to store. But if you just buy it small silver, then yeah, that's no big deal. But silver is just as great as gold is. There's no difference to me. Silver, gold equal. The only difference is storing. That's it. But again, not a financial planner. I give you financial advice. So that's just look. The end result of how I feel about the Fox interview with Kamala Harris is that Vice President Kamala Harris, she doesn't answer questions, she doesn't take responsibility, and to me, she doesn't even have a plan. When asked how her administration is going to be different, okay, than Joe Biden's administration, she says, "I'm not Joe Biden." I'm not Joe Biden. This was on Stephen Colbert, actually. And Stephen Colbert is like, I understand that. I realize you're not Joe Biden. I'm not Donald Trump either. You know what it is with Vice President Kamala Harris? She's a smooth operator. She reminds me of that song, by Sade. Smooth operator. She's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Anyway, why do I call her a smooth operator? Is because there are certain people out there that they know how to talk where they don't actually answer questions. They don't take responsibility for anything, but they just keep talking and trying to distract you from the real problem and then focus on something almost like a ghost, like it's Halloween, like boo! It's like almost like something that doesn't exist. She kept focusing on this bill. I'll give you an example. The bill doesn't exist. The border bill was not passed. 6 Democrats voted against it. But whenever she was asked, okay, the question, how many illegal immigrants entered the country under your watch and President Biden's watch, she goes to this ghost. She goes to this illusion that doesn't exist. I wanted to pass a bill that would have increased border security. Oh my God. And if I did that, oh my God, we have more border security. Okay. The bill doesn't exist. The bill was not passed. 6 Democrats went against it. But that's all she focuses on. She doesn't answer the effing question. How many illegal immigrants entered the United States of America? How many were released and you sent them into our country? How many? She doesn't answer the question. She doesn't answer the question. Casey Jones, thank you. No, but it's like, look, answer the epic question. But you know why she won't answer the question? You want to know why she won't answer the question? Because she knows that she screwed up big time. She knows that President Joe Biden screwed up big time. So obviously you can't admit to it. She can't admit to her failure, right? So she's got to deflect. She's got to deflect. So that's my opinion on the Kamala Harris Fox interview. With that said, do a little music here, a little Trump music. I like to mix up my music with very patriotic music, and then I have my own original music. I like to mix it up. We'll do a few here. Well, since we're talking about the border, you like my shirt, by the way, James Gandolfini here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me get some lighting here for you. Hold on. Look at that here. Tony Soprano, the one and only, baby. Forget about him, I don't. Exactly, Slumdog Millionaire. This is one I wrote called Trump, Keep Our Borders Safe and Secure. Let's do it. next one is called Trump. Please end inflation. Nobody else on YouTube writes all this beautiful music for Trump, right? So you just heard two songs there. The first one was Trump, keep our borders safe and secure. Forget about it, Madon. That second one was Trump, please end inflation. The third one we're going to do is Trump, bring back the American dream. This is all original music by Richie Lavoie, a.k.a. the Apefather. Three songs about Trump, baby. What's up, Manuel? How you doing? So we had the first one was Trump, make our borders safe and secure. The second one was Trump, please end inflation. And the third one was Trump, bring back the American dream. Now you might say, well, what do you mean bring back the American dream? I don't think we have it right now. Imagine if you're starting off in life. What is the American dream? The American dream to me is owning a home, starting a family, owning a house. What's up there, Kenny Rogers? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be room enough for counting when the dealing's done. My wife is doing good, thank God. Thank God. Thank you for asking. God bless. Like I said, imagine you're starting off in life. What do you think you're making when you're first starting off? You're in your 20s, like $45,000 a year, $50,000 a year. After you pay taxes, you're not left with much. How are you going to go out there? Houses are like $700,000. How are you going to buy food? People are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to survive, not even to do well. They're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs just to put a little food on the table. So that's why I feel we don't have the American dream. That's why we need Trump back, baby. We need Trump to bring back the American dream. That's why I want Trump to win. You all know Rocky is my favorite movie. Forget about it. So what did Adrian say to Rocky? She said, I want you to win, Rock. Well, I want Trump to win. So I wrote a song called Trump Win. Win! Trump win! Make America great again. Trump win! Make America great again. Nobody else on YouTube, right, writes this many songs about Trump. Forget about it, right? Amazing, man. But I'm just trying to do my part to make America great again. You know, I can play the piano. I could write songs. I believe in Trump. You know, I want him to win. So I just want to do my part. You know, here's my Apefather in his prime here. Check this out. Looking good in the neighborhood here. How you doing, Gino? Now, as you all know, you know, we'll do a little talking too here, but I just want to do one more song, excuse me. You know I come from Brooklyn, right? Everybody knows that. Brooklyn, New York. Forget about it. I'm trying to get the Brooklyn song famous. I would appreciate Slumdog Millionaire, Kenny Rogers, Casey Jones. If you guys could do a search if you're not busy on YouTube. Okay, here's my real name. Richie, it's Richie Lavoie, Levoi. So my first name, once again, do a search on YouTube for Richie, Richie, and my last name, Lavoie, Lev as in Victor, Oi, the Brooklyn song viral video. That's the whole search. Richie Lavoie, the Brooklyn song viral video. You're going to come across a thumbnail that has the Coney Island Wonder Wheel on it. Click on that. That's my second YouTube channel. Richie Lavoie, the Brooklyn song viral video. And it's exclusive for one video, one song, the Brooklyn song. I want to be synonymous with Brooklyn, baby. When people think of the Apefather, forget about it. You understand? I want them to think about Brooklyn. So help me make that song famous and viral. It's almost 42,000 views. I think it's like 41,300. So I'm going to play it right now. I'm not going to play the whole song because then you're not going to, if I play the whole song, you're going to say, you're going to say, Ba Fangul, Apefather. I'm not going to check out your channel. So I'm going to just give you a little excerpt of it. Here's the Brooklyn song. Brooklyn Magazine actually called this song. That's another thing. If you search on Google for my name, if you type Richie Lavoie and put in Brooklyn Magazine called this the most heartfelt ballad ever written about Kings County. Forget about it. Grew up on the Coney Island side. Hot dogs and Nathan's and the Cyclone for a ride. Cruising down 86th Street. Got my windows open, blasting music with a beat. Saturday night, happy rich. Picked up a girl and made out under the Verrazano Bridge. Late night food at Del Rio Diner. Nothing makes me feel finer than good old Brooklyn is on my mind. Only Brooklyn, one of a kind. I want Brooklyn to always be home to me. That's a little excerpt here. Forget about it. I'm a little shot with my head here. I was in the hot tub outside, the Balboa hot tub. It's like October. It's freezing outside. But I went into the Balboa hot tub. It was like 104 degrees. Crazy. I'm a nut shot. I feel shot today, but I gave that one my Trump, baby. Jason Perkins. But if you want to hear the full song, the Brooklyn song here, search for on YouTube. Richie is my first name. Richie Lavoie. Levoi, the Brooklyn song viral video. Just do a search. Richie Lavoie on YouTube, the Brooklyn song viral video. You'll see my second YouTube channel. Please like that and subscribe as well. And if you could, please leave a comment. Thank you, Back to the Future 99. God bless you. I also wrote another song for Brooklyn. This one's called Brooklyn Funk, but it's an instrumental jazz piece. You got to just picture like the N train, passing by. That's Brooklyn Funk. I got one more I'm going to do for you here. This one's called I'm a New Yorker. I love the blues. A lot of people say, Apefather, the blues is old-fashioned. I don't give a shit. To me, the blues is always going to be the greatest music ever. So I wanted to write a really like a funky blues. It's called I'm a New Yorker. Forget about it. My own. I'm a New Yorker. Nothing's gonna stand in my way. I'm a New Yorker, fighting to pass traffic every day. Got places to go, people to see, every second counts in New York City. I'm a New Yorker, I need a lot of cash to get by. I'm a New Yorker, my dreams are living tall to the sky. Gotta be the best, can't settle for less if you're gonna make it in New York City. Little piano solo. wanna see my face on billboards. I'm a New Yorker. My name in lights is my reward. Hard work and determination, sacrifice and motivation, going to do what it takes. I'm a New Yorker, and I'm determined to reach the top. I'm a New Yorker, I have to keep moving and never stop. This city never sleeps, and neither do I. Gotta keep working on it till I die to make it. I'm a New Yorker, I can't stop until I make it in New York. I'm a New Yorker, I can't stop until I make it in New York. Donald Trump was a New Yorker too. He built the skyline. Forget about it. Now I'm a New Jersey guy. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm going to end this with the Trump song. I got to go relax with the wife a little bit here. Forget about it. Now the neighbors love the music. This is my famous Donald Trump song. Donald J. Trump, fist in the air. Never surrender. Never stop fighting. Let's do it. This should be played at every Trump rally. Trump! Oh, Rocky Balboa style! Trump, baby! Forget about it. We got one more for you. Trump, make America great again. Thank you, Back to the Future. Buonanotte, I will say hello to the family. God bless America. God bless President Trump. V for victory. Please like and subscribe to the Apefather channel. Everything I said in this live stream has not been financial advice. I am not a financial planner. It's not political advice. I am not a politician. Not yet. Not yet. But I am the greatest entertainer. Forget about Amado who's ever lived on planet Earth and the entire universe. The one and only Apefather in the house, baby. Wow! Buonanotte. Good night. Ciao. Arrivederci.